What is up, everybody? Hoang Zero here, and today we are interviewing top 16 player Hinoki, who topped with the Black War Greymon style of deck, but with a little bit of a twist in the form of Omnimon Zwart Defeat as well as Alter-B. So, Brian, you want to take it away?
Hey, my name's Brian Khieu, and I have been playing Black War Greymon, or like a Black War focused deck, since BT8. Pretty much the only deck I've been playing since BT8. In terms of events, I've topped a regionals last December, and I've topped 2 Ulti Cups, and the past, and I just got 15th place in the Play TCG regionals on Friday. I got, I believe, 10th place playing against Hoang in Texas a few weeks ago, and I got, I think, 7th place in the regionals before that, a week before that. So I'd say I'm pretty experienced with Black War in general, and obviously it's my favorite deck, but in general I tend to tunnel onto one deck whenever I play a card game. Alright, I guess I'll just get into my card choices here. I guess I'll start off with the rookies. I played 4 of the BT12 Agumon, really good, no comments there. Played 2 BT5 Agumon because my deck had 4 Omnis, so I thought getting the double hit would be useful, but realistically wasn't that good. I think I should have done what I did before and played a different Agumon, probably the other BT12 Agumon, the red-yellow one, because it would check 4 instead of check 3. You wouldn't be able to add an Omnimon, but that's okay. You only need Omnimon in the late game anyways. And then 4 Agu X, standard, and 2 of the starter deck Agu that gives you 2k when swinging directly into a player. I played this one over the promo Agu because this works with Omnis as well, and for some of the top end, they can do multiple swings into a player, so you get a double boost. Played 1 Gray X, limited for a reason. Played 3 of the BT5 Greymon. It's really the boost is really good, and Digivolving for 1 is crack. 4 Gray X because I like protection. 2 EX1 Greymon because playing Tie for free is good, but I think I may have needed to change my rookie lineup slightly, maybe put the EX1 Agus back in just to like pair it with this more, because I felt like I couldn't play the Ties as for free as often as I was able to in past. Played 2 Metal Gray X of the BT11, and you know, it's necessary for Shine matchups. Trashing one's good. Played 4 BT12 Greymon, just really good for high tempo plays, and this giving you a suspended 5 on your opponent's turn is very key, which we'll see very soon. Played 1 Metal X from BT9. I added it back in because I missed it in Texas. I couldn't get over, I wasn't able to swing over Death X without it, which was annoying. 1 Alterous mode because I just wanted extra protection, and I really like BT8 Metal Greymon, but it's not here because I just found that it just doesn't feel very good in this meta right now. It doesn't do anything to Royal Knights, and against Shine, you de-digivolve them, but they kind of digivolve for free, so they don't care that much, and you're passing turn. So, and you're not actually getting rid of the stack most. And going on to the Megas, I played 2 regular Black War, 2 Black War X, pretty standard, and I played 2 War Greymon A's. So this is both a meme and turned out to be really good. I had so many people walk to Wargrey Ace. People just don't expect it. And something very cute that you can do is that, let's say you have the BT12 Metal Greymon. You swung and raided into something, so you removed a stack, or like a small stack, and then you pass turn by digivolving into the Metal X, the new Metal X. If they promote and swing into you, which they normally will if they're something like Shine, then you can blast into Wargrey Ace. They check your security, you unsuspend the Wargrey Ace because it unsuspends on a security getting checked on both players' turns, and then you trash one from your opponent's security. And then on the following turn, you should be able to clear 2 security by itself anyway. So that's 3 security right there. So pretty nuts. Played to the 7s. I played 1 Quartzmon. It's a meme. It almost won me a game, but I was 1 off of both memory or a thing on board to spend, get me 1 more memory. I've gotten it off at locals, but you probably shouldn't play that. Going on, I played 2 Zwart Defeat. It's the cheapest Omni bridge to get into Alter-B. And the fact that it removes a tamer on Digivolve, and if they try to remove it, they'll lose a stack most likely as well, is kind of nuts. And then the last Digimon is 2 Alter-B. This is also just really good for removing tamers in general. And people don't really expect this to come out. And digivolving it for 2 on top of a Zwart Defeat, let's say you have a Zwart Defeat in security, or you already digivolved as a Zwart Defeat, you can just remove pretty much any stack in the game, unless they have tripled up on the 5s, which Wargrey can do. It's just so much pressure with the Alter-B. You don't need the Trash 2 security effect, but it's nice to have. And then 2 X-Antibody, standard, 1 Red Mem boost, a little bit more consistency in this very bricky deck, 1 Yuya, because I think it's the best Mem tamer, 3 Tai, it's really good, and 2 Cool Boy for consistency. And then for the eggs, 4 of the Draw Koro, 1 of the DP Boost Koro, just in case I play some like grindy matchup like Sekon or something. Then, guess into matchups. So round 1, I played against Wargrey. I don't really remember this matchup very much. I think I didn't hit a Mega on tempo when I promoted out, so I lost 1 game, but the other 2 games, I think I did pull off the Alter-B to remove their stack, so I won. Round 2, Hunters, they kind of bricked both games. They swung in and I aced them, and then I just cleared all the security with the Wargrey Ace, and they died real quick, pretty much both games. Round 3, Shine, I played against Hoang's friend. I effed up game 1, I think I should have taken it. If I had done the Alter-B ordering correctly with my Black War, I would have had an unsuspended Black blocker. That would have been able to prevent the game through the burst mode. But game 2 and 3, pretty much, I think game 2, I just had full tempo and I went Black War into Zwart Defeat into Alter-B, so no tamer could be played effectively. And then out afterwards. And then game 3, I don't think I had the same amount of tempo, but it got to a point where I had an Alter-B out with no materials underneath, and his friend asked me whether Alter-B could pop tamers anymore, and then I said there aren't any more materials to trash pop tamers. So he played an Agu, and then he digivolved into Greymon, Geogray to play the Marcus, and then I put the Alter-B on top of the Alter-B, killed his Geogray, and then swung with the now 1 material to kill the markers, and then I won from there. Played round 4 against Black War. I think that was against Ride My Avatar, and I felt like I just had high tempo the entire game. He got really unlucky and checked into first security check was worth defeat, both game 1 and 2. But I already had high tempo, and I was pretty sure I was going to take it anyways. Not much there. Round 5, I played against Wargrey again. I think I saw a Grav Crush and a Dorbic in there, but I wasn't... And they never came out. Just one of the games, I just didn't hit tempo, didn't get to play things on curve, so I ended up losing that one game, but Alter-B put in work in this matchup. Round 6, I played against a Black War Ragna player, and I won game 1 pretty handily. Game 2, I was just missing the tie. If I hit tie on the last draw, I would have been able to play it for free and then kill his stack, come back. But I wasn't able to, and then game 3, he didn't open that well, I also didn't open that well. I think I opened just rookies, and I just didn't hit with the rookies. It took me too long to find a champion. And then we ended up grinding all the way until deck out for that matchup. I decked out, in case that wasn't clear. That's the first loss I had, and then round 7 I played against Beals, and this was also my second loss. Game 1, I just couldn't find protection onto my stack in time, so it ended up dying, and I got gamed. Game 2, I just pressured too much with the Wargrey Ace. Oh no, not Wargrey Ace, Black War X, and he couldn't keep anything on board, and I had protection on it. And then game 3, just couldn't find protection again, so And overall, yeah, pretty fun event. I think this build is actually not... I think this build, very fun, but I think it's also very fragile, so keep that in mind. Think there's a few cards I'd like to change, like the rookie changes, and you definitely shouldn't run Quartzmon unless you're just trying to have fun. You know, maybe it'll take you a game here and there. But for the most part, at least during that day, it was just stuck in my... Really close to taking me one game, but if I were to change the Quartzmon, I'd probably throw in a second Mem Boost, or maybe Final Zubagon Punch to turn my Sword Defeat into a giant blocker that also does extra security checks, because that's sometimes the weird thing. When you go into the 7s, they're very impactful when they hit the board, but they don't actually do that much after they hit the board. So I kind of want the Final Zubagon Punch to allow them to do a little bit more after actually coming out. And I guess going on to shoutouts. A shout out to Kevin for suggesting the Quartzmon tech. Shout out to Jackie, my fellow war criminal. Shout out to Zach and Luis, who got me cards. And shout out to Hoang for looking at this list. And I think that's pretty much it.
Thank you so much, Brian, for doing this interview. We really do appreciate it. This list is super spicy, and I think it does have a really interesting niche in the format, being that there's so many tamers in this format that having the additional tamer pop could be really, really huge. So once again, thank you so much for coming on the channel, and yeah, peace out, everyone.